of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to welcome everybody to the April 14th, 2020 Commissioner Conference. Any unfinished business or correspondence?
I have nothing.
Excellent. All right. First on the agenda, looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the meeting dated March 24th, 2020 as presented.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Sorry.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion to approve invoices in the amount of $1,653,734.15 for the period March 25th through April 14th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Sorry.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion to approve pending invoices in the amount of $660,447.06.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr. Sorry.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $234,528.22 be approved for payment for the period March 14th through March 28th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes. Yes.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion that the actual gross payroll in the amount of $234,528.22 be approved for payment for the period March 14th through March 28th, 2020.
Make that motion. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Sorry.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion that the tentative gross payroll in the amount of $237,200 be approved for payment for the period March 29th through April 11th, 2020.
I think we skipped that one. Let's not do it again.
Did I do that twice?
What happens is you repeated the one before.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, and I just was gonna, so. But anyhow, I'll make that motion.
I did this. I did one twice. I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that. All right.
Second.
Thank you very much for that. We got a motion and a properly seconded on item number 7. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr. Sorry.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion to proclaim the month of April 2020 as Autism Awareness Month in Jefferson County.
So
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Yeah, I guess there is any discussion on that or not really? Okay. Oh, man, we usually get the Rural Road Safety Weekend here too. Looking for a motion?
autism.
Oh, so yeah, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Motion carries. Sorry about that. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion to proclaim the week of April 20th through 24th, 2020 as Rural Roads Safety Week in Jefferson County.
So
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? I know our farmers are going to be out there with their heavy equipment on the roads. Just be mindful. They're moving, you come up on them a lot faster than you think, and just be careful out there. Any other discussion? Call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullard?
Yes.
Mr. Sorry.
yes.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda, looking for a motion to proclaim the week of April 12th through the 18th, 2020 as National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week in Jefferson County.
So
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I think we need to thank our 911 dispatchers. We'll just look in the last month. They've been taught to ask different questions than they're normally used to. So, and they've been very busy with this COVID-19, and we need to, our hats off. They're our first communication to first responders, and of course, Tracy and Chris Clark, they do a tremendous job training them and keeping everybody going.
So thank you for our 911 dispatchers and all the public safety telecommunicators in the region. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullers?
Yes.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Motion carries. All right. Let's see, a couple other things before we get to the announcements. We did prepare a statement of what we've been up to in the last 3 weeks since our last committee meeting. We've also done a couple other things, so I guess I'll start by reading this. So a lot has happened since our last commissioner meeting dated on March 24th. There were 0 cases in Jefferson County of COVID-19 and 851 confirmed cases throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. The first confirmed case for Jefferson County was reported April 7th. We were the last of 67 counties in Pennsylvania to have a recorded case. Now there are 24,199 cases reported statewide, 105,000, a little more than 105,000 negative cases, and 524 deaths because of COVID-19. The commissioners and departments of Jefferson County have been busy. The office alone has processed more than 1,500 COVID-19 related emails and telephone calls since our last commissioner meeting only 3 weeks ago. We've also accomplished the following. We installed a hands-free calling system for the courthouse in Jefferson Place. We increased the remote working capabilities. We implemented social distancing and sanitization schedules for public buildings. We upgraded our virtual meeting technology, as we're using here, to have this commissioner meeting, inventory and burn rate calculator for the region. Asked department heads to revise work schedules to better protect staff and customers and still serve the county needs. County facilities are on a restricted access or lockdown. We received 1,000 masks from Brookville Glove with a supply of them going out to the Jefferson County Jail. 3,000 medical gowns are ordered through Standard Pen Company. We discussed with Senator Casey, G.T. Thompson, Governor Wolf, and Senator Scarnati the fundraising impacts of our local volunteer fire companies with the stay-at-home order. The loss of revenue to keep their volunteer fire companies running will be significant. There was a funding for wildfire equipment available. Grant applications are due May 21st. So that's been out to all our volunteer fire companies to kind of help offset those costs. We forwarded all the fishing season concerns to Representative Dush's office. We lowered PA flags to half staff to honor the victims of COVID-19. Reworked the CYS schedule and staff to continue to serve under the new mandates. Established a regional economic recovery team to be a resource for our businesses. A little more on that later. Contacted local municipalities and boroughs to assess their concerns and needs and notified them of the increased CDBG monies and opportunities. We learned about the CARES Act and Paycheck Protection. Relayed the local concern that camps and vacation homes may be utilized by people from outside the area and pose a significant threat to spreading COVID-19. Discussed modifying the property tax discount period, due dates, and penalties. Implemented new procedures at the jail to further limit the opportunity for exposure to staff and inmates. Developed the worst case scenario plans for all county essential services. We secured donations from Mrs. Mary Stubby, Lorelei, Legacy Truck Centers, Frank Roberts and Sons, H&H Supply, Palo, and TSA, and of masks, gloves, and eye protection. So sincere thank you for some of our local businesses. And if there are some that donated, I am sorry that I missed it. We will try to do better next time. We participated in conference calls with numerous resources, including the White House, Senator Casey, G.T. Thompson, the Governor's Office, PEMA, just to name a few. in an effort to stay up to date with the changes and the opportunities. Scott North of Penn Highland Jefferson Manor, the HR director, has been tasked to reach out to all the nursing homes and assisted living in the county for their status update and PPE needs. 2 hotels within the county reported that they are closed to all outside guests. That's the Gold Eagle and the Super 8. Possible mass testing vaccine distribution sites identified working through Penn Highland in Brookville and Punxsutawney Area Hospital. The EMA 911 staff has tested a contingency plan to work from off-site locations. Department of Emergency Service staff has started an alternate work location schedule on Monday. 3,000 KN95 masks and 5,000 Type 1 surgical masks were ordered. The delivery on those are expected soon. County Emergency Operations Center activated on a partial activation for situational awareness, providing guidance and updated information, as well as fulfilling resource requests. 22 out of 34 municipalities have submitted declarations of disaster emergency in conjunction with the county declaration. County declaration was extended for an additional 30 days. There were 38 resource requests received. We are continuing development for contingency plans for further development if the situation is warranted. Fielding calls and emails of all relevant information. Governor Wolf has announced that all schools will remain closed for the remainder of the academic year. The Emergency Operations Center volunteers worked with the Department of Emergency Services staff yesterday to inventory, package, distribute PPE to EMS workers and fire departments, as well as to fulfill several resource requests that were awaiting to be filled. Requests for PPE will continue to be reviewed and filled as practical. Guidance is forthcoming regarding county involvement moving forward with PPE for hospitals, other acute care facilities, as well as nursing and assisted living homes. We will provide guidance on those affected. We forwarded out new guidance from the CDC for critical infrastructure workers. The Du Bois Regional Airport is operational as DUJ. Protective measures have been established, and we are looking at additional ways to utilize the airport assets to help combat this pandemic. We adapted to the new primary elections and dates and guidelines. We also use CCAP, that's the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania, and NACO, which is the National Association of Counties, as an additional resource for ideas, guidance, and solutions. And we implemented a video teleconferencing solutions to hold public meetings while remaining in compliance with the sunshine laws. So it's been pretty remarkable, all the work that has been done around the county. The amount of cooperations, patience, and ingenuity that we have seen from the county and community is a reminder of why this is a great place to live and work. Density, which makes social distancing easier by default. The positive cases of COVID-19 are low. There's 2 as of today. And we are doing what we can to keep it that way. Each of us are doing our part in our own way. Trust that we are continually adapting to the challenges that face us. We're also planning the recovery. We have 1 more week behind us, and we're 1 day closer to the end of the pandemic. So that's what we've been just doing county related. And then the regional economic development team, here's another handout that is for the press. This is for Jefferson County Commissioners Support Small Businesses is the title. In a continued effort to support small businesses in Jefferson County, the commissioners have developed an economic recovery team. Being aware of the importance of small businesses to the Jeffersonians that offer ongoing efforts for support to the area businesses during this unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic. The Jefferson County Commissioners have pulled resources from Jefferson County Development Council, Brookville Area Chamber of Commerce, Punxsutawney Chamber of Commerce, and Du Bois Chamber of Commerce executive directors to be a resource for businesses to contact for valuable information. These partners are dedicated to ensuring businesses are fully aware of the available government assistance and, if needed, helping businesses apply for the assistance. The Economic Recovery Team will provide up-to-date businesses. Businesses are encouraged to contact local financial institutions to learn what programs are available for their unique circumstances. The Economic Recovery Team may be contacted for further information as it becomes available through state and federal programs. So all the contact information is there. If you have any questions on that, please send an email to us. Or give us a telephone call. Let's see. In conjunction with that Economic Recovery Team, we're working, make sure I have this right. Let's see, here it is. So we do have a, from Brad Lashinsky at the Launch Box over at Penn State has put together a survey that will help us out, help you out. And the website address, we'll put it up on the county website as well as release it to the press. I would read it out to you, but there's a lot of code on here that probably wouldn't make sense. So we will publish that in a different way. So we'll get that out to you. Anything else you want to add to that?
No, I was just going to say that we've talked about this in length, and the survey as we're looking at it, it's just going to be the business's way of conveying to us their needs, their wants, what has happened to them, so that we can extend this out to the governor, GT, Scarnati, whoever it may be, just so that they can understand what the people are really going through, and maybe there will be a way that they can be helped through all this. So,
yeah, we understand that this pandemic is going to hit the state different ways, harder in some areas, different times in some areas. So, and you just look at the map to see where the pandemic is, and there's some unique challenges that we have and that are unique to the state. So I think if we can help our businesses, we can help recovery and get closer to whatever our new normal is going to be. But we want our goal is to get back to normal. We're going to get there, and it's going to take some work by a lot of people. But I really thank Jamie Lefevre for putting that report together, Bill Cetri for his help, Bob Cardamone, Jody August, and Jolene. So out of the Brookville Chamber, I think I got them all, except for Herb Jeff. And we're always looking for collaborators. So, thank you for that. And then Bill Cetri put this together. There is increased CDBG funding. So we want our municipalities to try to take advantage of that as much as possible. So this is from Bill Cetri. Jefferson County is now accepting applications from all municipalities for the federal fiscal year 2020 Community Development Block Grant Program. That's CDBG. Any municipality considering applying for these grant funds should contact the Jefferson County Department of Development at 814-849-3047 immediately. With the package of the coronavirus aid, relief, and economic security, that's the CARES Act, federal stimulus package, we are anticipating additional grant funds becoming available through the CDBG program, along with other grants, a multimodal fund. We are asking all municipalities to prioritize a list of projects that are important to their community and provide this information to the Department of Development so that when these funds become available, we will be able to identify funding sources that your projects will be eligible for and assist you with the grant application projects. All projects information should be directed to the Jefferson County Department of Development on the second floor, or at bctree at Jefferson County, PA. That's BSETREE at Jefferson County. Right. A couple of announcements. The next commissioner meeting is April 28th at 10:30 a.m. We will be doing it live. since we still are under the stay-at-home orders. The jail board meeting will follow that at noon at 12 o'clock, April 28th. And just a reminder, if you haven't already completed your census survey, please, this time I'd like to open the floor for public comments. Okay. Sounds like there's someone on the phone, so let me, give me a second. And all right, the phone is opened up for question and answering. If you have a question or a comment. Hearing none from there. Let's see if there's anything else. I'll move to the next questioner. Okay, there's no questions on the teleconference call. I'd like to open the floor to questions, comments from the press. All right, I don't see any, there's no questions written here, so looks like we're at the end of the meeting. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
All right, welcome everyone's continued patience during this pandemic. We're all in this together. You guys want any closing thoughts before we adjourn for today? All right.
Yep, everybody be safe, that's important.
All right, looking for a motion that the meeting be adjourned.
So moved.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for a vote.
Mr. Mattson?
Yes.
Mr. Bullers?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thanks, everybody.